Hello, welcome to Solving Systems of Equations. In part 1, we're going to look at graphing a system to find the solution. So in order to graph this system, we first need to make sure they're both in y equals mx plus b form. This one is, but this second equation is not. So we need to make sure that it is in y equals mx plus b. So let's get it there. We're going to say that it's going to equal it. So let's solve for y. So I'm going to add 4x to both sides. It cancels here. I'm going to add 4x over here. I get negative 2y equals 4x plus 6. Now I'm going to divide by negative 2 on both sides. So y equals 4 divided by negative 2 is negative 2x minus 3. So my y is negative 2x minus 3. So let's graph this. Now we can graph both equations to find the solution. The first equation is the intercept is negative 1, and the slope is negative 2, so down 1 over 1. So it looks a little like that. The second one is at negative 3, where y equals negative 3, so it's right here. And its slope is also down 2 over 1. And it'll look something like this. If I trace this all the way to infinity, they're going to be parallel. They are actually the same slope, so that means they have no solution. Let's look at another example. Here I end up with y equals negative 2x plus 1, and I have x minus 2y equals 3. I need to get this equation to y equals mx plus b so I can graph it. So I'm going to subtract x from both sides. So I'll have negative 2y equals negative x plus 3. Now I'm going to divide everything by 2. Negative 2, excuse me. So I get y equals 1 half x. 1 divided by 2 is 1 half. The negatives cancel out. And then that's minus 3 halves, which is 1.5. So now we can graph it. My y-intercept is at negative, let's go back. This equation is y equals 1 half x minus 3. Now we can graph both equations and find the solution. So my first equation is positive 1, where my intercept is positive 1. And I'm going to go down to right 1. It's going to look something like this. On Alex, you'll have them on your graphing tools. Make sure you make a more precise line. For the second equation we can graph, we have y equals 1 half x minus 3 halves. So negative 3 halves is equivalent to 1.5. So we're going to go down 1.5. To go up 1, we have to go up a half and then another half and then over 2 spaces. So that point will be right here at 1 half 2. So then we can measure the same to make our line like this. And then we'll have a line going like about through 1, 1. And so my solution here is 1 comma negative 1. Alright, so just make sure that they equal slope-intercept form, both equations, and then you can graph them. Once you find your solution, whether it's an intercept, or excuse me, an intersecting lines, whether it's parallel lines, or whether it's one or the same equation. Good luck.